Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
Sir.
Así sumai tawji koi gi passage kamai tar pagadagi kamai solve tawgadagi dai takeko. Grammar gi su part ne si dana ahanbada yo te reading comprehension. Reading comprehension. Cynical. It's very much confirmed that this is a part which is inevitable. In a sense, you're bound to take on it in every examination. Exam khudimang da sigi part sim compulsory ni padabi yar par kan solve tawdu ni ko aduna ida basis and pyramid khalasi now say how to solve reading comprehension. How to solve a very quick tips. Number one, let's say there are two things. Number one is implication, and number two is explication. Ani ko ahamada implication abama. The other one is explication. Now what is basically implication? Say implied or reflection. Implied or reflection. Hard facts. Or data. So there are different kind of questions which are based on implication or explication. Say, let me tell you something. Critical reading. One, what is critical reading? Two, read between the lines. Then hypothetical, assumption, inferential, or database question. Yung ahanbadang saigi implication is implication ay taragati something which is implied. When you go through the passage, there is or there should be certain reflections which is not easy to decipher or to figure out what is being implied or what is being hidden behind a screen. So we have to read say the passage thoroughly and trying to figure out what is being implied and what is being hidden. So that's all about implication. Manangda phummaga leiba madugi meaning do madugi mana kari haidibage say implication 是可以咁可以 question 啦嘅部 title of the passage 嘅 title 可以 you don't know when you go through the passage it's very hard or it's quite it's quite challenging to figure out the title of the passage because we don't know about a title exactly while going through the passage we might have perceived something which possibly maybe the title as per your conscience or as per your reading and we should say we need this thing P-E-R-U parasol. What is parasol? Parasol is khang Janita, Gazel, Sebastian, let me so. What's the meaning of parasol?
Sir.
Parasol to read carefully, to read thoroughly what is being implied. When you start reading the passage, you have to understand the very crux or the very hardcore, which is not given in figure or in the form of data. Something is there and you have to touch the masses or basically the tone of the author. See, author get tone, parasol have the thorough reading have it. Parasol means thorough. Thorough reading have it. And then I go. Then this is the implications and it might be say tone of the passage, or it might be crux of the passage, or it might be title of the passage. Samay nalani. Tone karino, crux karino, title karino sidi khange ko. Manung na pumi poto. Taseng na mo passage da pi banate iram ka daw sunate ba. Machang may ba magi passage to ki magi samna ada passage to ki magi title si kari ubi age to di ko na para kan da khanga da ne para ka di khang ba konte. Yan tai ko mai to na sigi implication si lay ba sa nang masip pa na maksik kanam nang si strong with the VR vocabulary strong with the yeah deko si strong with the I can't help you if you're poor in vocabulary or word building I can't help you. I mean there's no way I say of helping you improvising your vocabulary because that's the very basic need of this art. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Yan tay ko. Ano na? It's not a fortnight preparation, and it's not a fortnight, a set a plan for, say, improving or developing your word scale or, say, your vocabulary, skill. It needs some time, dedication, and as long as you keep on preparing yourself, developing your skill day after day, and certainly you're going to learn many things one after another, and it would certainly take time, and then dedication is a must. Anyway, okay, what about explication? As I said, hard facts or data, something which is given in the form of data. You can certainly come across the data. Pirama po ni, adi nga saigi mana facts and figure pirama do explication ko. Ani si kang damas adi. Ko. Then I mentioned here critical reading. Chamchana koi casual reading to gudi yaroi. Adana casual reading have the chamchana koi cover pa do adu ki ta pa di yaroi. Adana critical reading have the kano pari poto khang na pari bra line the pari bra pa bi kupa am le ko madu ki critical assessment hai tare madu ki pa do mai pata agadi nang amata na khang ngam ngane adana critical reading to matamda ani sida phrase me sigi phrase ya manung hanjin khang da ba yaroi. Read between the lines. Now, what is the meaning of this phrase? And what does it signify? Kang bro, what's the meaning of read between the lines? Kang de. Let me so kasung. Are you there? What's the meaning of read or reading between the lines? Bro.
Sir, sentence by sentence pao hariro.
Sentence by sentence pado ni pababudi. Pabadudi sentence by sentence pado ba yaroi. Aina haning idi. Read between the lines karino khangbra haba. As a masigi phrasing meaning je khangbra haba. Say hi say. Read between the lines have the sentence kudimak pado ni am to kan upside at the sentence. Ino sentence pado ni. Daga kaura deba ma di kano da any exam tha matam da nang isi passage par ga solve to bo ji compulsory ni ko UPSC ki si se thar sungare si ki pattern am sab to ne is kem te khana bele ke adana language ni ko language sama develop to ba sadi matam phar change adana read between the lines have di kano da suppose line say sumai iramen khala si then se ko adi manade ba ko sentence si tini ba ma sang na irba ma with a interval of say certain commas and so on, right? Because it's a short sentence and of course it's a long sentence, and well, the sentence is a little complicated. But when you go through the long sentence rather than reading the first, I mean, the short sentence, when you just go through the short sentence, it's quite easy to understand what's being implied or figure out or mean for. Khang mangamni sigi long passage di krak laure adi complex te irame haibadi kana comma yam sin comma si conjunction mayam sin raga sentence sang ita badi kari haino gyan ta do jawa ba adana sentence munna padora haibado adubuk jume tobudubu mapung phade potse kaino read between the lines haibadi manung da kari hairi ge what's the message, what is the reflection which is not shown in figure or in data. Something is inferentially or say intrinsically implied. And we have to understand, say, the literal meaning, basic literal meaning behind the sentences or behind his or her write-ups or writing. I report ki man marum da kari lerige do ama ta na khang mudu bune ko sidi ama jo haibe ai khabar am to na pa mi gi da mutta di critical reading si critical reading to ba arai ba thabak ni ko tuna pa ba gi haina bi se casually khabar pa ba mai pa ba di yaro hai ba adana yengo se hypothetical assumption na is the ina question se makan makan ne ba hangi ko hypothetical hang to si ai assumption based over hang pe ai inferential based question hang pe conclusion kaino kana conclusion si aikoina direct at lamsam to khumbati yaroi and passage so ma ta na khang daga di inferential based question habdi conclusion kari oi be ai adagi hypothetical as an mana assume to report to ni adugum si question sometimes hang yawi database question do budi there's no question ira la report ne sumai do na passage pa ba si di passage si nang banking ki damak the banking mari lena ba ngani marana economic reforms the base over the war say recession ki matang ni khang di any sort of export import business ki matang ni khang di madad hanga ne ba adana sumai to si adu amasu lei ba sumai na paina passage si hana pagadra question hana pagadra happy question amasu lei passage hana padori bra natraga direct question do hana yenga passage hold to adi si question ji ko kan da ya de ko ana mana should we read the passage first or later? This is the thing. Should we read the passage first? Passage hana padoribra. Natraga kona padoribra. Abadi kasagi hanging question jaga should we read the question? Question hana padoribra. Should we read the questions first or later. Matam di am tien po ni matam am sang matam se nati padri matam se. Nang matam se tien ga matam tu da passage ni am sang ami khalasi maroi na banking ida di paragraph se paragraph paragraph ani ko or paragraph ahum na sarakani ken bu yai ko abdi long passage ni adana 1 2 3 na lakani adana hangdre question machine se kano passage ta 8 to 10 la 8 to 10 se da 8 to 10 question se da mark ani madi question ani madi synonyms la ni antonyms la ne kare ko adana synonym antonym mark ani question ama madi mark khaidor si ado at least question nipan adi mark nipan is foidre passage di entirely passage di hangtoi se adana sigi mana kalli mai coverage yam yami thawai da basu yade aduga khangdana pangdok dok samsu ya pon di connective marking chatoi ne kana deba asmai tawsi real practice tawsi ko real practice tor kanda karino do khangna bonus yarba practice tor se yarbo yarabo practice tor si yadraba screen share tor okay there go that's my tawsi se you understand that you this is the species some species kan lai ko species se let's picture like this Orin ko na kana tawsi ko hana paminer se ko padre question se si je un paragraph kano lai se paragraph ama ani ohum mari usure ba se mas minus hana kane ko adana let's do one thing let's read the passage one after another ai in pazage ko paabde pazage pariba niyom se sida noi chu pagadabani adana ahan bada paadibin itaseng bagi magi niyom de matung na di wahi punctuation ko tingi lepo haibane ado sai ani kari haige ha matamda passage hana pagadra natraga question hana pagadra na hangbudo taseng bagi di passage si hana padenga da question hana paw haibane question da kari hangi bage haibado hana khango read the question first and please try to know or please have a sense of raising the question or starting of the question say which is mainly say extracted from the given passage video passage di kari extract or ke question to hana paw haibane ado question se pa matong da say for example say question se question number 1 da kari hagi nang haibe si passage ka passage hana pa bana pha da ha la ka ne yong ko which of the following statement or statements are or is correct in the context of the passage in regard to development schemes kari magi development scheme ng matang the passage matung na karma statement ahum pire 1 2 3 ari statement ahum se karma chumbage habdo khal habane am khotang chumibra only 1 2 3 or all the three or none of these high sisma si question jima lai then another sample question number 2 dong yeng se question number 2 kari hari which of the following is not put forward by the author of the passage as a defect of this report report ki soiba mani habasi passage matung na sai author duna hadi mana haidaba habadi sai is not habani ko not put forward by the author of the passage as a defect report to soiba leire habasi author sina pandaba natrag madu karino na habi dudi sida hangiba question ma'am da idea khar lawum darka leirani law matungdazik smai tawse this is question jana paragum si then question number 3 dong yong se which of the following is specifically put forward as a reason for the unequal sex ratio in a population kari namakto haibama then which of the following is false according to the passage the land okay now let's read the passage together here we go yo women all over the world Yam tan mani ko pabase ai hana haoge reading a passage is always a burden the grammar ga di manasi dang avoid tawusu yadaba pora mo ibani solve dominancy. Women all over the world in general and Indian women in particular have been facing different problems. A recent report titled Women and Children in India and a nearly simultaneous report on Indian women, their health and economic productivity highlights the international importance, say, being given to the problems of Indian women. Now, the very first para is done. First para na halis kayo Indian India ay women si masi precisely yung matamda generally na Indian context yung matamda ay problem sa sukematik yam lagre literacy rate one khale hai wani and people talk about say equality men and women and the feminists talk about their rights and there should be equal say perception or equal privileges being given to men and women. Gana mayam haire ado man report ama do mayam le jega problem sa tum persist tawi na haibani. A recent report that title maming si thole aduga nearly simultaneous report amasu matakta pigiba report siga mana ba report amasu Indian women their health and economic productivity haiba report ani busure ni ko ari report ani sida kari haige highlight the international importance being given to the problems of Indian women. Adadi masida international attention, in global attention, like Indian women thing na my problem ma'am se masigi global attention si sik to we have ma sina tae na hire. Unfortunately, what happened? Both the reports failed to either convey a fresh understanding of the issues. Report animak sina issue dugi taseng magi hardcore aibadi kari gi thoi bano fresh understanding dumadu convey tauba ngamdre failure or to suggest innovative and workable approaches for women's development. Aibadi Masagi report sees somehow there is something wrong in a report. Maybe it's some sort of manipulation or some kind of say mishandling or misreporting or misinterpretation. Maya mama later money at the nangagi adi innovative way na say work accessible of approaching to madusu namak failure na hai. The former is because the reports restrict themselves to all statistics. Ahan bagi reports na kayo ay matamda ariba kay ahan bagi sina kay haba reports na ariba magi statistics report to madu restrict tore hanig ariba magi kanwa se data do madu restrict tore na something must have done wrong. Then we are told, for example, that the ratio of women to men remains below its natural level and that it's related to the other parameters such as the level of literacy and the availability of primary health care. Next part ng law, Gyan tari bro. Gyan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the failure to suggest a fresh approach is less understandable, given that a variety of approaches to women's development has been tried out all over the world. In India, the state has made a strong political and economic commitment to women. In 1990, the national commitment to women was established. Adi masida ngo state adi India dana kari tawi 1990 is the national commitment to women. Adi maybe it might be a commission. In 1969, two major policy documents were released. Okay. 1969 ever since the sixth five-year plan, there has been a special section on socio-economic programs for women. Sixth five-year plan dagi kan wasi magi socio-economic programs in the magta mayama mas special section lay in high. Poverty alleviation programs have a 30% target for women. Poverty alleviation program that cannot be 30%. Facts and figure Special programs like development of women and children in rural areas have also been started. special programs is development of women, then children in rural areas. Ma'am say masisu haugne matam haugne magi scheme ma'am natraga magi program se mai pai pak de adri khangdre ko adu manang mind to wudaba khangadaba. These governments and other approaches have had mixed results. You should know what's the meaning of mixed results. So there might have been certain contradictory consequences as per the schemes being implemented in those time. Mixed result. For example, certain organizations' approach of using bank credit to organize self-employed women has worked well. Example ang pire. Akang naba organization kangbuna. Sorry. For example, for example, what certain organizations' approach of using bank credit to organize self-employed women has worked well. Simadi kana rin hai. Adi credit bank na credit pi dana ko to namo self-employment to undana kulandana kana ba credit pi. So did women's literacy programs in Kerala. Kerala does women literacy programs won pagalem. On the other hand, that's a twist. Some of the legislative reforms like dowry prohibition have not worked well. Social stigma, stigma lady. Northern Plains and Southern Plains dowry system. Put people ma'am ma'am legislation na reform prohibition as it is the issue of whether women should be identified as separate participator in the development process is also not free from controversy. You should mark that point. I believe separate identified as a separate participator development process participate special participator why not deal to have issue controversy in this context in this regard it is disappointing to read reports that one of the government's targets for 1991 to 1995 ought to be to foster an ethos of caring in the community, not to let a child go to bed hungry. An ethos of caring. Basically, implication I should not say that. An ethos of caring. Ethos have a by tradition have a caring in the community, not to let a child go to bed hungry. Implication be subjected to a preventable disease or remain without learning opportunity. This could not the beginning of a social progress towards a more human order. HUMANE yamna kind or having human or being kind or being generous or being magnanimous. Is the report saying then that Indians do not love their children as a matter or a cultural practice? But the reports are likely to be highly influential on opinion leaders and policy makers. Report masagi report ani na pangiba report ani magto madu karida base to gebu opinion leaders have a deal policy makers laiba magi leaders ma'am jana manipulation toba moge influential toba moina mishandling toba mayama maside madu ge influence salation e ma ini report negative report question e ba am saying na it is very unfortunate that these reports have become superficial is great I know superficial level din mapan katang utpa manung hanjan da superficial something which is not which is not thorough or which is not authentic rather showing just for the namesake happening. This report have become superficial and do not delve. Delve means deeper. Do not delve sufficiently deep into the real problems. Real problem do highlight everything is what? Superficially, say set up or made out or figure out just to show how they perform on the development of women status quo in some economy or their employment. The mayamdu makoigi report to the aseng uttabida makoigi phajana ba dum utpadune adana government gi my leaders sing policy makers sing na makoidi politicize tawrisine report to the gyan tare ko dana asida hangiba question sing se si khar pick na tawdadi yararo adana you similar adana say full screen thamge question 1 2 3 question ahom jana solve to adu matungda next tawse gyan kharabu taribro ha somebody is saying something and you don't respond to me. Willabu, Neelam, Lami Sukasung, Sebastian, Gaidil, Janita, Karabu Kangi Rasini.
Khongi sir.
Mana hiding is a cano, Hibado, Mapan superficial report oire. Amot Podidi Utok Dre, Mapan Magi, Papan Tongoba, Ketang Pazaba Ulaga. Manung the more liba mayama more liba magi women give my hardcore issues ma'am do say legislation da pro adi passed or about dowry system say prohibit the bani habit to pay lori habini ko adana policy makers in the moina mishandle tawre aduga then say the saying bagadi when the PC separate participator amani haidana identified tawbasu tawidre still controversy da thame che da yam phajaba haitare paper work na yam phajaba du in practicality phajada ba haibane practically da sena implement tawdaba policy program da pangpha da phajaba du gi wang atre sai ngang yare ko aduna sida laiba question ahum se si hanam da solve to adu makha tabadi amuk page phakto kan tawse ko yarabo question ahum je kamai tawba Question number 1, 2, and 3. Kamta khumdre.
Sir, question number 1 gina A oye ingonda. Question number 2 gina C oye. Question number 3 gina socio-economic programs si oye mal.
Okay. D. To pasin jo haro haidi selection stuck to buli aponte ko to pasu haidi to pa haidi to pasu dum tawsi. Ilam loirabo. Haro. Now, would you say something if you have done? If you have solved the questions, just 3 only, and I have gone through the passages with you, trying to figure out what is being implicated. Admain solve to admain kuin sangati makha tabe yaroini.
One gisi sir one tare adiki two gisi E tare adiki three gisi D tare.
See, as far as I do concern with your evaluation, though we read together, the answers given to me are a little bit contradictory. Anyway, so solve to ko. Question number 1 da kari hai matam da 1 da har si development scheme gi matang sita karambadi chumbage haibane. All people are of the opinion that women should be given special status. The PC special magi recognition pigadamne ju hybrid ha hybrid bro. Yani ngasai yani ngi hybrid ba. Chidi ai hai ke se gyan ta dre haidi ngasai gi special Chida hanbada kadi hai matamda hanbagi question se sigi matung inadi say women should be given special status or special recognition pigadabani have se adudi yad separate sai mamang da pa gi yaw ri di yengo sida yaw gi bani mapandong da na phaba sa bra khattani adu taseng bi di moina special recognition pi gi da bani haibadi di haidi adu da na adu duma adu masu lale sai controversy lai ga hai gi baduni say another thing number 2 that no one feels that women should be given adu su yadre 3 the there is no controversy regarding women being given amata sumdi bishidi 1 2 3 don't 1 2 3 option chin one mag la ne sumdi ba yan ta bo aduna sigi sentence sigi question si matung enadi when khandu isen none of these never aduni then question number 2 the which of the following is not put forward by the author of the passage as a defect of the report author duna passage si iriba ma author suna report to gi asoiba ama se hide report to gi asoiba ama si mana put forward to the bhaibadi uthok ta base kaino a they highlight the problems of Indian women b they contain outdated statistical data and c the reports have not suggested any new measures d some of the reports some of the suggestions in the reports are superficial and e the reports are not analytical so this is that they highlight the problems of Indian women have a scenario report to Indian women ki problem they highlight to aduna a which is a aduni then 3 the which of the following is superficially specifically put forward as a reason for the unequal sex ratio in the population si kay maram mo ino ay matamda literacy level and healthcare aduni which is a c aduni ano yung sai solve no am ta sumde kamay daw ay example sus mana mag ay screen da yin kana screen da pili ba nangi habdi monitor da uri po da kata sumana yin sumana solve to do ne ay manually ko na material du question du mang thamakanda khot pa na te amta hayuba ay si gi makha cha thading mamang da comprehension si pa ba da kari no problem je question hong khot da amta chumde ba comprehension si comprehension tangai pa ba si ai na hajin mana te exam tha ma tan da to chang da ya da ba chang da ya da por ma ne jenita kari jiki to lale da kamai te no ha bro sigi matter jidi seng na koina fazana mo ta na ne da di yaroi
Sir, practice what?
okay baby chup chap the level they can't corner code there is of no use sitting silent well you don't see me and I don't see you either the thing is unless you do practice much more I think practice sessions is much needed anh pangang ngang mana te ko patience ti exam thama tam yaw de ti si ji yaw de kamai na exam na pung pha de english hai ta ga di comprehension compulsory ne bro ha let me so kasung guidal games nilam chup chap ta dum lai kari no gya me nam ta de class ni kadru no bo class ni hey this is a class this is not something that which we do fun haro kari problem no se pa passage par kan da solve to kan da moi ani khata hai re atai ju kam ta hai de to doctor sai ro se passage se
tôi ra
adu kam ta khum de ke
ꯁꯥꯔ ꯄꯥꯕ ꯂꯣꯏꯗꯕꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯎꯕ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯥꯔꯊ ꯈꯪꯗꯕ ꯈꯔ ꯌꯥꯎꯋꯦ
Okay. What do that? Mr. Willie Boo, you are sitting online, and I've been asking a number of times, and you haven't answered me yet. Is it meaningful, class? Shall I stop the class? Class 11.
Makha tawkisi sir.
No, I don't have any problem with the class. And see, if you're willing to continue the class, I will certainly continue. If not, there is of no use spending time here speaking idly, speaking or delivering with no reasons. And there should be productive result at the end of the session. Matam kaithogani ko isu class ta ise nangsu matam kaitho class yaubane ba PCSC ngasi ahan solve tauba ayam orangani problem to address tauda taragati hide the taragati aina sa kamai help tau ngam ha hujik solve tauba hujik ngaktang solve tawmina matam sida ngasai gi problem khara di thengnare practice wat pagini so haire adagi se word ki issue habdi vocabulary ki issue should haire ai tare ba ko ado sigi practice di manually su dum tawgadabani aduga ayam so haige ba online da exam thagadabani na screen da uri bido adu katani makha ta am tanati adana habdi complication ji dum leigani ko ado anyway sumai tawsi sigi ai tips haibabu cover to paro cover paba tandaba mi haibadi reading skill do acquire tauge hai taragadi aina haiba khatana di kanaroi isana khara pabam darga legani ko aduga banking haibility any exam tha matamda comprehension haibase ten gera sangera dum hangang to lerabane word building duma tangai fatani improve taudubi yaroi ai dum senga senga dum hairisini ko no ma khatang preparation tawraga improve tawi abasu nati aina mayam haraga noina mu in follow tawda taragadi hairu besu kamte kana de ko ada sumai tawsi to pasi kano si pesi si le pasi to pato pesi si kitang noina ai kitang noi ta ba male ai han roi ba ko aduna
Sir, amatanga tauramgise sir.
amatanga
Hoi, ai kitang thiengna changakre aduda khangahudre do amatanga tauramgise tanga yengogise.
kasu kaidi ado amatang tawsi hai ta ga dina pesi si ji kitang lubadi natte da tasenga
Hoi
lu
sir.
natte ado koina practice tawdabagine practice to tawdragadi practice tawdaba tawdragadi mamak ludoine ai wasigi kanoni concept comprehension ni ko si tawsi ko sidisida
Hoi sir.
paragraph ani khatani ai pa ba thawai sa ai dum parke ba ai dum parke tawdabu answer ni khummo ko ada sidisida
Yes sir.
kari hai sigi set 1 sida in July 1920 mana tarase ko barely 8 months after his arrival in England, Subhas Chandra Bose appeared in the civil service examination and passed out with distinction. 1920 that tha nipan pha thing matam England thunge kanana thung se Subhash Chandra Bose ni aduga ma civil service se man thare civil service thara kan da matam de civil service se England tawi ma pass out tawre pass tawre se with distinction phanga ma pass tawre. But the prospect of being a member of the bureaucracy, I did not make him happy. I don't know who is referring I here. I si kanano khangdi. But the prospect of being a member of bureaucracy. Bureaucracy member amagi prospect labor me amasa. Do I need mahaku nungahin kidi na. He
So
felt
it
that.
oidura.
Ha.
It did not make him happy either.
Nati. But the prospect of being a member of bureaucracy makers kingdom. But the prospect of being a member of the bureaucracy, I did not make him happy. Yeah, recall. He felt that the first step towards equipping oneself. He felt that the first step, I'm a step second of that, towards equipping oneself for public service. Public service was to sacrifice all worldly interests. Worldly interests have a material possession, property much against the wishes of his father. Subhas resigned from ICS and returned to India in July 1920. 1920 the maji haleni ma di mapagi mapana pamjubududi madu mayoktani man toise England chaki buju kaino ICS tharure civil service distinction phange pass tawre adu matungda ma se mu mapagi mayokta muk ma se lepaga India da mu hale 1920. Here mapam sida kamai to gibu he became Deshbandhu's most promising recruit. Deshbandhu matam da mazu leader ni ko ad magi yam promising over recruit ma ore mazi adi national madi am ngalinge matam da national spirit nationalist over spirit patriotic over feelings yam ngana leibri na magi ICS thabak tor kai kari bukana do no khala maz halak ko ore mani ko behind the screen when the CR Das became the chief organizer of the boycott of the visit of Prince of Wales. CR Das na matam da Prince of Wales India da lakon tam da boycott to udugi madugi chief organizer sa kana wege CR Das hoy CR Das na chief organizer matam da Subhas Chandra Bose ma ge na kan da laiki na Subhas was by his side. Subhas was by his side. The Hartal is hunger strike. The Hartal in Calcutta was a spectacular success, and both the Guru and the Shishya found themselves in jail. Calcutta da mazi Hartal to hunger strike to madugi I peaceful protest Hartal ko basi my pak spectacular means I'm so my pak mo Basini kaino guru masang magi mabu tambiri guru kanano guru se khallogo situation kanano Subhash Chandra Bose subuni ani maksi mo jail thamne. This was Subhas' first incarceration. Basi an ahan ba Subhas ki ahan ba adi jail thamba aduga incarceration to ba ahan mani sine. The first of a total of 11. The first of magi tarilak incarceration to was the ahan senior. Later, matung tarakpada when CR Das was elected mayor of Calcutta, Subhas was appointed chief executive officer. CR Das na Calcutta gi mayor kanma matam jida Subhas chief executive officer na kanki. History ang is ko. While holding this post, he was arrested in a case of conspiracy and was lodged without trial in Mandalay jail for 2.5 years. Mas sahi ani makai si Mandalay jail da trial ke suto do de mas pharaga conspiracy no chena phada na mas jail tham jale 2.5 years long span of time. After release from jail thadore he became president of the Bengal Pradesh Congress Committee president and once again resumed his political activities. Ade mas political activity the mas resume to stage by stage yung kumagi kanon chronology de yung ko Subhas became president of All India Youth Congress. Masi All India Youth All India Youth Congress ke masi president hoye ko. From kana hoye khalo central officer commanding of the Congress Volunteer Corps. Simuk hoye. In 1928, Mazakari hoye again was a co-founder with Jawaharlal Nehru of the left wing of the Congress Party ke masi co-founder. Then he also became president of All India. Wait a minute. Then he also became president of All India Trade Union Congress in 1931. 1931 da muksuma se koi All India ki Trade Union Congress ki ma se president was like yam dynamic of a personality ni ko. His dynamism was a source of inspiration for the trade unionists in the struggle for their rights as well as for India's freedom. Hangi ko ma ki dynamic of personalities na trade union kangbu singoi kangbu sina ma bu yeng jaraga yam na chawa inspiration am phangi from the mokoi ki right tan bada the India ki freedom struggle da yam chawa koi ki inspiration pulin thokat poi ki sine. In 1938 Kariyamuk tawre he was elected president of Indian National Congress at the Haripura session the maza again president on khalle. This was the time when Congress ministries were in office in 7 states. Matam dara ma khan matam se Congress ki ministry ngai si state taret ta lebu matam ni. Under scheme of provincial autonomy granted under the Government of India Act of 1935. He emphasized on the revolutionary potential of the Congress ministries in the presidential address. Magna Congress ministries singda I think asai magi presidential speech da Congress ministries singse yamna potential lay on ba purokpagi revolutionary ideas ma'am lay potential lay haidana man address tawki address habadi mana wangang bud magi wangang buda Congress ki ministry singse askim potential leba habadi revolution ko khan ba no yaloi ko khan ba tu ba ministry ngakta ni hadan thagat na mana magi public address pi buda hires. He was re-elected Congress president. Again, Mazik Congress president Mukhaleko re-elect. The following year at Tripuri, defeating the veteran. Matamdik veteran mo about Dr. Patabhi Sitaramaya. I batu ko veteran se masi jimana defeat toraga mighty piraga muksumaze re-election tore Congress ke president ore sine. Yereko. Though the latter enjoyed Gandhiji's support. Kung sagi magi letter my Dr. Padavi Ramaya Sitaramaya si kung Gandhi ki support kung man enjoy tog jaraga su ahan madini mas my TV. So my sequence of my activities, his political activities, right after say mana kenoda halamatung da India da halamatung da mana tog tabak mayama kari tawi kari tauki kamai jail thami kana da mana involved story kolui my activities man political activities man do matang e bane yare ko see I have gone through the passes from my part aina su pare art su adum aina dum halle ko adi idim passes su yamna krak law basu ai koi de bran khalli yamna bada yamna kuppa degi nungaitaba adusu oidaba mali aduna samai kamai tawsigebu sije ai full zoom full screen da thammage aduga question se kaya ma hangise question nipan jana solve tawtho paba thokro question nipan se
Okay, sir.
adudi 1 to 8 please solve 1 to 8 when second page the phaktok matamdadi paragraph ngasai paragraph ani do amuk paba phakta doinina ahuro I question si 9 10 11 12 13 bu lay diba take your time and solve say first 8 1 to 8 sen solve tawtho aduga 9 nima lere 9 si maga khallo aduga 10 11 12 13 dudi vocabulary base katani vocabulary base arrive ni ko check to bu ya bro
Yes, sir.
anyway atopa singsu yu yarba chenita yarba nilam
Yari sir.
okay question number 1 se 1 gan sa kai bi ai
1 gi 1.
1 gi 1 chume question number 2 gi di
3.
3 correct question number 3 gi di
4.
4 correct question number 4 gi di
Sir, 4 is a 1 ji like 1 ji male, sir. None of these not trigger 1. 5 not trigger 1.
atopa di janita nilam lemiso te di
Number 3.
3 sidi am tanate ko none of these hoitani sidi
None of these male, sir.
question number 5
2 male, sir.
2 chume the question number 60
3.
kano hoitani 4 hoitani sidi 6 sidi
Oh.
7 di
7, 4. A and C.
see none of these hoitani Subhas emphasized the revolutionist potential of Congress ministries. Then Subhas carried out his political activities from then Seardas was
Sir,
the man.
Sir, huziki kano 7 ki je. CR das is Subhas ki mentor oine low bazi yadab.
Assumption direct pande passage the my passage the panbada direct panbada yaudabina madu koina assume tawbane haigane
Hoy, sir.
aduna madu none of these question number 8
3.
3 chume 9 gi si mana sma hare ko haidi karamba passage da chumdabagi statement se karamba chumdabagi na haibani adu taragadi sida mana piriba passage piriba se one Subhas was elected president of the Tripoli Congress and higher ko
Sir, 1 to oido male, sir.
adu makatana ai chingdana ke igida senior base adu tardi sigi of 1 2 3 4 5 and a pire ada question number 9 si kayo bi ai
1, sir.
1 to me adagi question number 10 11 12 13 jadi sini ni I have the basis amadagi synonym amma that antonym amma de soidana hangi equipping habagi chap manaba meaning kai bi ai
Providing.
equipping hai tadi providing the nati preparing haiduni equip to haibadi sara sagon naga ready to budune I'm fully equipped it means I'm completely ready haibane adu duma lere adigi question number 11 the lodge
arrested
Arrested.
arrested and adu arrested kimo the house haigane house si barman ta gadi kai tara phabane logane phaba je kramong phabano chatpe ya house arrest ka haidu adune adagi mo resume to budugi opposite kai bi ai
discontinued
discontinue chumme god then adagi mo next sacrifice ki opposite kai no
Abandon haibra.
acquire mal sir
abandon ota thado ki boy doba abandon
acquire mal
have
sir
acquire deni sumai dana somehow we have uh, you know solve these passages and the following questions. Well, there are 13 questions. Sample naman is this. Mana yam line hang kanisi yam yam line ay mo tadi it's very easy. So may magline na di kayo di hang sample ki wari niya. Ado yam lun hang mo natin pa exam da question set over di ba. So may daw si ato pa su sige pieces si malere klase hiying sandew ngani mathang the class lairagadi makata na su tawsi ado hawjiki wena ado yam lu bro
lie sir
layaba aruba arai ba habam lei ko adana se atopa tawrasira haidi ai
Yes,
sum
sir.
ying atopa tawna padong mali maramdi ko sai ki du yo sida mayam yam gre si set ama lei bani ngona yam kuida set ni si say way back 2000 and 2008 2008 kuida ba material ni da I was sige close test si tawsi mamana close test kay na takre kamaina tawdagi adu hangibu question se kano question 12 ni ko it is very to the extent of the poverty in India, hence it is called the mass poverty. Poverty matang iba matani. Basis sige paragraph is poverty matang iba ne. Adana 1 to 12 sida no solve to yenge kam chungenge. With a given time, say minimum ada ko 5 minutes solve to ngam. In 5 minutes, mamang na solve kran tawgre. Mamang na solve tawgre hadana si darkar oidre habiyati. And your accuracy at the same time, your speed matters. How you solve it.
ꯂꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯁꯥꯔ
ꯂꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄꯁꯤꯡꯗꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯔꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ
ꯂꯣꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯁꯥꯔ
ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯤꯜꯂꯣ ꯁꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟ ꯀꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯄꯣꯔꯇꯤꯡ ꯑꯦꯔꯔꯁꯀꯤ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟ ꯈꯔ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ 50 ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟ ꯈꯔ ꯂꯩ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯦꯀꯨꯔꯦꯁꯤ ꯌꯦꯡꯅꯅꯕ
ꯍꯣꯏ ꯁꯥꯔ
ꯂꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯁꯥꯔ
ꯑꯣꯀꯦ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟ ꯅꯝꯕꯔ 1 ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ 1 to 12 ꯅꯤꯀꯣ 1 ꯁꯤꯗ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ essential difficult appropriate unkind unfortunate ꯀꯔꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ
2 difficult
difficult yes difficult chumme question number 2
4
4
eradicate
Eradicate.
uh,
5 calculate
5 have it's to be 5 go 5 question number 2 is 5 question number 3
3
3 is 3 correct 4
1
1
1 correct 5
3
5 should be 4
4
6
6 ꯇ ꯁꯥꯔ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯡ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯑꯩꯗꯤ
1
1 ꯑꯣꯏꯒꯗꯕ augment ꯇꯧꯕꯗꯤ ꯍꯦꯟꯀꯠꯂꯛꯄꯗꯨꯅꯤ augment means to increase then 7
5
5 correct 8
2
2 correct 9
4
4 correct 10
1
1 is again 1 10 should be 1 1 is correct then 11
3
no
5
5 is correct then 12
4
4 12 should be 4 yeah go sisima leire adma somehow we have solved this passes si close test sima leire ado sigi close test sima si matungda aina pambase ko See, see cái question shape 1 to 150. See ubra.
Yes, sir.
See question shape. Habdi Hana aina yaw na tab. Habdi without my intervention. First page the can yaw je. Question kun manga ramana ko. Question kun manga ni. Question kun manga si you please solve the first 25 question 25 question se kayam chumgi hai do na sang adum yeng jo ko kayam chumgi do now full screen de thammage yes now you can solve first 25 question first 25 question yeah si solve torenge take your time I think you should 25 question say minute manga at the maximum 5 or 5 to 7 minutes to solve tong ngamre khot pa katani tik tik khot pa katani a b column pencil da column paro the white paper da a gina sini ne khot pa katani kayam chumge do na sana dum observe to jo ko kayam chumge do question number 4 la 5 question man man the man 7
Sir, loide loire khara khangde. Ma ani ahum mari gumba. Sunday jo class over.
Sunday off oirangani
Oh, Sunday off oiba.
adumaina haibane
Oh.
atop se lore bo check to se arbo
check torisi bhai sir.
yare yo ko this is the question number 1 1 gi se kai mai ni
B male sir.
B oiduniko maramdi kana matanda some people are believing believe have a verb si ing tapaga hadi continuous mundi ibi yadi some people believe that hagine some people are believing hataga di believe have a verb why is it continuous mundi ibi yadi therefore lale. Then question number 2, he avoids taking the prescribed medicine at regularly intervals. CD.
No error di male sir.
No
Series
error.
kitang down.
D. Ito ba so hayro?
D ꯗ ꯁꯣꯏꯗꯧ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ sir.
D this way. Regularly is adverb niko. Aduna adverb ki mohta sinagani sida ko. Aduna at regular intervals hagani. So D. Question number 3.
Regular na dum palay remember matanda na li ly si uho 3.
The question number say 3. Some people do not like to do any social work even though they have abundant resources.
So D male abundant
D nati. Abundant is adjective ne. Abundant have adjective never. Abundant have the kind of plenty or matik chaba more sufficient or plentiful or never. And therefore, this is so. This sentence them the land. It is. Yareko. Some the landing ay way this matanda.
Sir, even haptasudo kakta dum hapa yadra.
Even half is in the kind of matanda. And the stress to be worried. Do lagadi. At tongan bus. Do lagadi magi pairing the do had yet lani. Though he is poor, yet he don't have money. Though he is sick, yet he appears in exam. Mana magi pairing the lakane ko kanding appeared. Even though you're giving due stress to the meaning, trying to overemphasize the very concept. Question number 4.
D.
4 printing error right. The 4 is
D male keep your cool hai kada male sir.
It's advisable that each time you encounter such a situation, keep you cool. It's advisable that each time you encounters is nang na edit tapdo. Edit tapsan badi yaro ye. Man it is a past sunate. Adana. It is advisable that must advise the way madudi each time, anytime you encountered and edit tapsan bado madu past the ibi yaro. Therefore, badan lale. Keep today as it is kasukai de you the matungana you the second person in a keep a five kasukai will take off. Then situation dana akoy gidang hadi specified to we have the normalized to we have never. Adana encounter edit option but past the ibadu adu malale. Question number 5 to zamana 6. 6 di am la sini sore. Aro.
D oidong male sir.
This institution had founded this institution was founded by some noble souls. Had founded
Sir, this institution had founded have the is haibadi yadara. This institution was kimot is founded have.
Masigi institution si noble soul haibadi society the lairaba madi tola taraba mayam gidamak noble soul afaba singna linkat kibani sig institution set up to gibani establish to gibani ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅ ꯐꯖꯩ ꯇꯧꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯃꯍꯨꯠꯇ ꯑꯗꯨꯅꯤꯗ
ꯍꯣꯏ ꯁꯔ
question number 7 every
B.
driver should take abundant precautions while driving on an unfamiliar road
ꯁꯔ ꯎꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯒꯤꯁꯦ
oh sorry I don't
B.
every driver khudimакna should take lawgadabani abundant precautions matik chaba magi precaution lawgadabani kara matamda while driving on thoring matamda where and unfamiliar road habidi ngasai sakhang adi khangdangna familiar oidaba lambi da sat thoring matamda precaution lawgadabani habidi
E
adu
ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯦ
itadi
sir.
amta landya e ore ko question number say 8 his good
C.
qualities include his ability to take quick hydro quickly
Quick haircut.
quick and appropriate decisions. Question number 9. In order to ensure quick service, please give us all the required details as quick as possible.
D.
Do you any as far as possible? As quick as possible.
S and F yada.
Yai adusu yagani. I think quick service to madu ensure pangnanaba koida darkar have details in the automat and the piston bureau. Quick question number 10
D.
the club has lost a lot of business because of poor maintained
Sir C 어디로 poorly 해가다는 거 sir C.
C 어디네 poorly maintained C 어디네 maintain 받는 동대바 하이버네. Question number 11 the village has electricity today only because of the efforts of a few dedicated engineers.
No error.
No error. Then question number 12.
B.
Company na Kanabkhali, the company has appointed consultants to help them increase its revenue.
Yeah, sir. Them haibas yabra. The company singular or kind of them plural the like was it.
Other problems the last company na Kanabkhali consultants Mamkhali. Khaliba consultants in company mating panabunatro. Company is a third person name, moreover, it's not in plural sense. Therefore, to help it, to help them. Similarly, so it should be B. Proceed on question 13. 13 law. He is great leader who inspire people to achieve freedom through non-violence.
Sir, kitang singdabiyo. Singkatpiyo.
I don't. He is a great leader. Then question number 14. An estimate 40 lakh workers will an estimate of preposition of is missing. 15 what testifies a teacher the most is the excitement of students when they learn something new.
Sir, 6 D oidodi male.
Sir.
Learn to pass it when they learn something new. Aduna rishida D 16 just sitting printing error printing error to toast of printing error. 17
No error.
Error yawi. Some of our staff is stop
S what kada S half kada either.
Some of our staff no not staffs. Some of our staff. How many staff we talk about? Only one or many?
Many.
Person. Staff amakatang haiba natabin is habi yaroi. Staff is a plural name. Staffs have a her name. Staff the staffs habi adeko.
Okay.
Staff some plural sense name. Then we have next question. Question number say 18. In the law, if you decide to hold a function in Kolkata, not much of us. See, not much of us have here.
Not many.
Much of the much habesity masing thibe adaba quantity disinai me the much not many of us hidden ko then 19
past participle dasu sizinnig ko sir
Ready?
much do
Hmm.
past tense dasu sizinaiba
Past ki nati much habesi sinai sigano something which we cannot count like in terms of quantities I don't have much money and I go money is not counted paisa masing TV adi currency masing TV and paisa hum masing TV adi similarly I don't have much work again work is not countable thabak masing TV adi I don't have many works habi adi adana much habesidi masing TV yadaba uncountable things isni haba past ki present ki amta nati past ki sunate present ki sunate haba then we have next question
Sir, hꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯗꯨꯗ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯝꯇꯪ ꯍꯪꯖꯍꯧꯒꯦꯕ ꯁꯔ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯦꯅꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗꯣ ꯋꯥꯔꯛꯇꯣ ꯋꯥꯔꯛꯁꯦ ꯁꯔ ꯃꯆ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯌꯥꯗꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯋꯥꯔꯛꯀꯤꯗ
adi work te much haba yadeba much work
ꯆꯨꯝꯃꯦ ꯆꯨꯝꯃꯦ
much work
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ
hagane much work hagane ko many works haba yade
Sir, ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯣ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯉꯥꯡꯅꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ I have so many works to do ꯀꯥꯏꯅꯒ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯁꯔ ꯂꯥꯟꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ
I don't have much work to do hagane tasengwedi many haba yade aduni ado work se es ta pasu ya yade haba natti ya in case work es ta pataraga di manan min to do se assign to wakana guma third person amagi thabak koi PWD manipur da PWD se public works haibane haibani ko digi muk koi gi lambi da lambi mapan da leramba koi iron gi thabak suba sing factory sing da su iron works haibane adana work to works hai ta ga di factory min to wa
hoi sir
adumana aduga kana guma third person amagi thabak man to thabak sing se Subhash Chandra Torma Thabak Singh, Subhash Chandra Bose works hairkani, Gandhiji's works hairkani, Ereko, then Shakespeare's works hairkani. Adu tanong meaning to nga, general sense adi generally yung matanda di work as masing TV yati. Kana gumon Torma Thabak Vitaragadi, it might be say the person might have done or must have done something various. Say ma kay thabak tormi. Multiple thabak tor mane adana countable or never otherwise general sense thabak masing TV yate another thing thabak is masing TV thabak se maming thole thabak se maming thon draw project assignment could be assignments project could be projects tasks could be tasks ana yeah ko we have next question next we have 19 C chume kai gino
passive ta lakre sir
in case you need five people to run a branch you should select hagadabane passive ti bero nana branch nana in case mi manga branch sama run tono mi manga darga laireng khalasi adu nanga kai to watai nana mi tara di khangadabane mi kharana thadok rakasu haibane aduna some say you should be selected nataba you should select hagadabane passive ita meaning to ngale passive ita de nang bu select to gani hare nang na to gadabani subject to na yare ko aduna that's it then we have next question 20 although he approached many private businesses to invest in his printing business, nobody was interested.
No error, Malisa.
No error to me. 21. He used to advise his students to do their work seriously if they wanted to achieve. See them.
Seriously, serious.
Yes, seriously. Then 22. Nice question. 22 is a question. I don't. Jenita Makonta, Class yauribu 22 je kayuni khumdri kayu duga amta 22
employees is ꯂꯧꯊꯣꯛꯀꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ
if employees could be employees employee the plural from the EBA adama haning is CJ kaino any of these branches do not require more than 2 employees s tok pa yaroi mi ani haibani kaino 2 di plural ni kamai s tok no one employee hai taragadi s tok ni since they have been recently established.
Sir says D either since they were recently established.
No. Recently palaga di past was read. Recently have equi dana hibernina present perfect.
So cluster verb to sizinnagadra.
Huh?
Cluster verb no sizinnagadra. They have recently been established kind of.
They have recently been no. Ko ai je kem to listen ke injile. Adanga.
Ibemhal coaching the loinamak yaubra.
I did GFC yaurame loitri.
Loidriva who's online tawribra.
Handakti lepe. Moy computer geography waliba.
Oh hana yauramba.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ 2020 ꯁꯦꯞꯇꯦꯝꯕꯔꯗ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯒꯤ ꯅꯣꯕꯦꯝꯕꯔꯗ ꯁꯦꯞꯇꯦꯝꯕꯔꯗ ꯍꯧꯕ ꯕꯦꯆꯅꯤ
ꯑꯣꯟꯂꯥꯏꯟꯒꯤ
ꯑꯣꯟꯂꯥꯏꯟꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯔꯣꯅꯥꯅ ꯄꯟꯕꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯃꯔꯛꯇ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯂꯦꯞꯄꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯎꯏꯕ ꯊꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯊꯥ ꯑꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯂꯦꯞꯄꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯎꯏꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯍꯦꯜꯂꯦ
Ikine. Oh my god.
Hoi sir.
Em mà ta kiểu dịch từ đó. Ý mà có. Engine lẻ thế này. Ziki question tu da mana min to ipoto. Tang sana kai khong dra ga dilan duri. Aduna. Kari haye wo rule lam lai. Karam rule na da one of iron khala si. One of most of any of then say some of or a number of sigi matung tarapase sigi matung da you must follow plural noun hyphenate and I call adana sigi one of or most of any of some of or a number of sigi matung da lakdar verb sidi sigi matung da lakdar verb sidi you should decide khanba tare sidi sam manaba yaroi one of ki matung da lagana singular verb lani most of ki matung lagana plural verb lani any of ki matung lagana singular verb lani la oidro masagi any of the singular mean mayam ni makta ama ta haibani some of ki matung da lagana plural noun lagani plural verb lagani verb ki structure du di som ki meaning ki matung ile kan tara bo du di any of ki matung ta pada singular verb lagani ba conjugation sentence to adubu sigi matung ta si plural noun lagani verb should determine as per the meaning of this given phrases sini aduna hojiki question do ma hariba question do yung ko any of these branches kya nama hai jai
Ani oh nothing any of these
branches any labor these branches mayam da any ma ta have natro
mane sir
any of these branches labor branches mayam se degi ama hekta have na does not harkaneva adu concept ni ko the branches tab se plural ni har hoina plural verb te ibe ya de hani ko then 23 he encouraged us to think but none of the suggestions we made was discussed at the meeting. Siju phajayi question diko.
Sir, was the where lakadaba.
ꯉꯥꯛꯇ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ
Lady. Lady bro. Sida he encouraged us mahakna aikoida encourage tauki. Kari encourage tauki to think khanbada. But adubu none of the suggestions we made aikoina same kiba suggestions mayam do meeting da ama phau discuss tauki de haibane. None of the suggestions we made, none of the suggestions have been said. Masi kan one have ko. Adi masi je ek yeng bada badi plural man bada singular ne haba. None adi ke haigi. Ama to oida ba habe na tro. Adi suggestions mayam mama. Koi ne same sadana meeting to discuss tawna bane na haigi mayam do. Ama phau discuss tawki de habe ne. It means none signifying empty. It means zero. None of the suggestions have a suggestion S meaning this singular meaning and my meaning say suggestions may am do I'm about the have in other where we are. None of the suggestions we made was discussed at the meeting. I'm the land this sentence. Then 24. The main advantage of investing the schemes is that you will not have to pay any taxes.
B.
24. B to me. You know?
In hapkada Malaysia, the main advantage of investing in such scheme, naturally in such a scheme.
The main advantage of investing on such scheme on and half or in Budiko. Invest on the scheme do that. And similar. Then 25. The customer has written letter and thanks the manager.
See the sir.
See the line.
Thanking
Haranel. We have 26. Our company was recently awarded the contract to construct 2 major bridges in the state. Was recently awarded to the Pacific. 27. I don't.
Number A oido mali sir.
According to the circular the matungena higher 28. The company is going to incur heavy losses this year because of the big discounts. I was subject to the verb the is the pagadi. Verb is the basic only when third person singular number he, she, it, me, any object maming way at the sinabani. The verb is the pay a day. Okay. Next. Yes. A large number of policies. Then question number 30. If his aim is to buy a house in the next 3 years, he should start immediate saving. Sorry. It should start saving and it should start saving immediately. You know, I want to start start writing hydro. You should start saving immediate adjective to na adverb on to the money the hero. You should start saving immediately. 31.
Sir, C male. Offering
chume.
lakadama.
In order to attract tourists, got many hotels. Many hotels have been many hot specifically be at the ko. See the chume. 32. Yeah, I don't.
D the
Didani board to
it's
Hawaii
lakadama.
Pandabani, dear heavy arrow, its decision higani. Board to Hawaii Pandaba, a collective union money at the na coin acceleration, dear heavy the new in a mint of where the 33.
Sir, Udre.
Sorry, 33, you know, 33 that. How can we open these branches on time if we have not yet obtained the licenses?
Sir, D male. Oh, yet the last year kadama male sir.
How can we open these branches on time if we have not obtained the licenses yet? Yet the money the ko 34. Thing as I have the rule by Toro. One of one of the advantages disadvantages ko. As I rule the one of Kimatung the rule down Igadavani the name ko 35.
B, sir.
B to me. It is necessary, not necessarily. It is necessary. 36.
So, C order later customer.
She will do it. 37 to 2. Printing error. 38.
Sure, Udre.
38. I don't. Should you lie there?
Dear A order, sir. Dear,
There are a large number of Chinese workers. Worker the mean throw.
Mane sir.
Which worker the me or which happy are who I do never. 49 sorry 39.
So, which water is it? My friend lives in a beautiful house which is not more than 5 minutes from the beach.
My friend lives in a beautiful house, which is not more than 5 minutes from the bridge. How you doing? My friend lives in a beautiful house. Direct, not more than at the whole way. Mark the missing point. Which is not more than 5 minutes from the beach. 40. What is your You give the birth test the Pia. You drag the low. 41.
B order is more
Any.
very the process is very difficult that I am unable to comprehend.
Compared to what more difficult high compared to which compared to the process is very difficult that I am unable to comprehend. 42.
B.
B to me.
Successful.
Successful 43.
Sir. B
D the lalamani. Handsome have a word today. Is usually use of man, but beautiful is not usually used to talk about man's appearance. We'll see this later. 44. Similar.
B
Beside the S pair or beside the adigi matakta habanina. Nakanana. Beside her, not besides. Then 45. She should like.
C sir.
45 to like either you or your friend, either you or your friend has stolen my rich watch. Siyam talandi.
No error.
No error. Then 46.
Sir, kitang singdabiyo.
46, okay. 46. Haro. Siyam lare. A little instructions have you already. A little instruction hakani. Instruction is the pair. A little instruction is the pair. A little instruction.
Collections of data gumbada kano S tapa yadiko.
Data.
Data collection gumba sense do. Adu gumbada kano se S tapa yadabra.
Data the S tapasi. Data is plural ni.
Kano se sir wahai gi meaning do. Collects essence of collections of data gumba adu gumba wahai do. Aduda S tapa yadabra.
S tap to kai de no. Data tap to collection tap to. Collection of data hiding event collection of data hiding around other collections of data hiding around.
So I hiding the kano hosi instruction has instruction si kano instruction miyam la iduna. Adu collection adugumba sense la ka anda A se tum tapa yadaba haiduna.
Oh, see matang the collections have number one collection have yaroi. Ado matang ni collections of data go the collection have yagani. Man is the instruction people na. Kajitang have sense nina little instruction haganeva. Hadi na if you look up tea in a say cookery book to na ying sagi matang then you may find a little instruction nang thing na that give you no help on several points. Senior, aduna si matang sa collection you wanna take instruction you wari ni aduna adumi yaroi. Then 47. The Chinese tea is not very costly and we can drink it without milk. Sidam ta landre ko. Sidam ta landre. 48 to matokto. Aduga 49 50 lo sila si. 49. He served the country with heart and soul, but he got only a few rewards.
Reward oiroidro. Sir, reward se reward oigadaba mali.
Si budi kashukai di a few rewards if you have any. sida adugidi countable fu di khara haibani fu means some fu friends fu relatives fu books haibadona rewards ti kashu kai deba laliba jaga de dudna ti b de laleba kamai lange haibu heart and soul haibase sid praise ne haiba yare ko heart and soul is praise ne dana praise kind of modified the way as per our wish. You can't modify it, so it should be written as it is. He served the country heart and soul, however, with can happen where there. Masagi praise when I go praise to modify the way there. Adoni. Then last question C.
Sir, hoziki do kaigumba koina with ki matungda his kind of hapak taragati. Yabra. He served the country with his heart and soul kind.
He served the country with his others highway. I bet the heart and soul is kanagi naman masagi nin high level ni. Adana sagi others superfluous way hecto never. And he served the country, his heart and soul have a door. And that might not be necessary because adu mana superfluous ke question nama level na. He's the kado high no have la never. Last question Sidi. With rise in population, man needed more space for growing crops and for building houses. Population population henkalakpasina mina space darkar lay my crops thanana ba aduga yum san lainer ba yum sanana ba haibane ba past the basi the population is the mamang it's increasing say day after day. So with rise in population, men need more space. Hayo be doing so smile na haro
men needs hire kadru natural need hire kadru.
chimi men as the say man oibanina me sing si haibana the me sing haragana men oirani aduga a single man with taragadi verb to man needs harakaneba as a human species when a min to taragadi man chumdeba adana man needs hires adana class si mathangda ai class leire phare leitre kai de ko ado mathangda class ai taragadi kasai passage ki kitang means kitang satisfactory oide ado makhatana passage to kitang taushi ko kasi losilasi ko. Thank you so much.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.